Alright, got another curse seed here. This one's from Lyra Kell. They said this one was one of the more miserable ones they've done. Okay, one sec. Apparently my clipboard is failing. Yeah, they said it was one of the most miserable runs they had. They said unfortunately it doesn't save their run result this time, but that's okay. We'll see what we got here. So it's Primordium and Luna. It doesn't strike me as a weak combo, but, you know, seeds can be miserable even when their combo's strong, so we'll just have to see. Proto-Heart Cage at least helps us if we, Primordium often can have a weak start, especially with Luna Coven if it offers me, like, one of their really squishy units or something. It's also Witchweave secondary, which is pretty redundant with Plink, and not offering the Conduit, which kind of sucks. Conduit here would be way better. But yeah, we'll just have to see. Yeah, let's hit it. Yeah, and this is a prime example of a unit that can be miserable to do ring 1 with, because it has 5 health. But it could be worse. It could be the other one. Celestial Storm. Currently pretty bad, actually, but, you know, if I can get Conduit, then that's pretty good. Perils, we have it in the deck, I guess. These are not good ring 1 cards by any means, especially with no Conduit. But Heart Cage should pull us out, hopefully, of a miserable ring 1. We got Entropy, not worried about much there. If I'm offered Superfood, I'm definitely taking it, and I'm not scared of Entropy. Corrupted Mass, that can be tough with Superfood, because the corruption, you know, goes everywhere. I think I'm still not afraid, though, because Superfood is just, like, definitely going to be the best choice. My guess, though, is we may not get it offered, but we'll see. The other ones are just going to be rough, because I got 3 health, and Primordium, and, yeah. And then Damage Shield. Alright, well, we'll just have to see what's in store here. Alright, so we are offered Superfood. You know, like I said, it is pretty rough into these bosses. I will also say Damage Shield can be rough with Primordium sometimes, because you very often want to set up top, and if you don't get like some multi-strike high rolls, the Damage Shield can actually be kind of an issue, but the Witchweaves might be able to help with that a little bit, but they'll still have Spell Shield as well, so yeah, this could be a tough set of bosses for Superfood, but there's no way I'm taking Stalwart Snack here. Superfood also just in ring 1 is going to be so much more powerful for us. We still probably, I don't know that I'm going to feed it to an Acolyte. There's really no point to doing that. Probably just feed it to a Shield Steward. Alright, Abyssal Prism. There is some downside to that if I want to use the Perils on a morsel that's on my floor, and it's the... But, you know, we can break that with Witchweave a lot of the time. I think we still take Abyssal Prism. Granted, it's maybe not that crazy good with Superfood, but it's definitely more positive than a literal useless artifact. Still think they should go with my suggestion, Breath of Heaven. Like, make it just, well, whatever. I'm not going to rehash that, but... let's see. Mark of Invasion, that should be relatively free. You know, Acolyte is sweeping turn 1, so just put her behind a Shield Steward, and then Plinks and Witchweave can hopefully deal with the rest top with the Shield Steward and Primordium. Let's see, yeah, I got all the Ember to do that. I'll go mid here just because it kills more, and I get more time to scale for the boss up here. Huh. Well, I guess I can storm the top. We'll just do this. And the other option is I do this if I don't want to ever play another card again. Which honestly might be correct. We already got the Vengeful Shards here. I think that actually is correct. Just do this so we get the maximum amount of rage up here. And we'll just have all that. Yeah, this looks good to me. And we'll just use Witch Weaves from here on out to kill the squishy units. Also, we're drawing pretty well here, actually. Morsels are no good, unfortunately, but we can just do it like this. This could be a problem for the boss, just giving him pointless amounts of sap, but I also don't really want to... Well, I don't know, I could have re-rolled into these, I guess. You're dead. I could give all of these... I do want to plink this. Just put that up there. The morsel attack. Wait, what? God, this boss is so ridiculous. Look at this shit. Fucking 4960. Barely does half damage to this piece of shit. Alright, 7 times 8 is what? It's like one of my... It's like the one frickin' multiple that I never can remember. What's... 7 times 10, let's just work backwards. 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 9 then must be 63. So if I heal myself, I can get an extra hit here. Or not. I guess my fucking math is off. I don't know. Well, like I said, the Pyre gets us out of those things. That is just such a ridiculous boss. I really despise that boss. Friggin', like, 1/3 of a Shadow Siege can't kill a Ring 1 boss. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, definitely not other perils for Calcified Ember, but probably the Mind Collapse. I don't know. So I definitely can't go to the Merchant of Magic, just saying that, right? Like, no fucking way. Yeah, I mean, you could if you high roll, but you're basically putting a... You have to basically get holdover. And even holdover, I don't even know if it's good enough on the perils. Like, you probably need holdover and spell chains. Like, sure, you could roll into that. But if you don't, you're dead. Maybe you get pulled out with a Shade Guard with a Luna Coven unit, but that'd be like the only one. Like, I'm pretty sure we have to go to the steel here. Primordium's just too weak early, and obviously Selene Acolyte ain't cutting it for now. But you know, Umbra Banner. If I take the Umbra Banner, I almost want to take the Making of a Morsel, because you know, Plink is just not... I don't know. We could brick Umbra Banner, but not really. I'm thinking, like, if it's a Morsel Maker, we can just stick that on the floor with the Acolyte and the Primordium. Just make sure we don't take a large stone. Morsel Master would be a brick. I mean, any of the Crucibles would be fine. They'd definitely be a big upgrade from Acolyte for now. Alloy Construct would be the main reason to take Making a Morsel, I would say, because I just cannot probably fuel the Alloyed Construct with a Primordium only, right? And then only Plinks. I could also argue that, I mean, the Mind Collapse can get me out of Ember Drain, but I need to hit a Merchant of Magic to do that. And I obviously can't hit this one, so I'd have to wait till there because there's no Ring 3 magic. This is a pretty bad magic, honestly. Like, I almost don't want to hit that magic, but anyway, and here's another thing. Yeah, we have to hit the steel, because look at this. We are Superfood Primordium. We have to hit that Merchant of Arms, right? That's pretty much a given. So I got to hit the steel, and then there's no steel for a long time. There's one there that will definitely hit, but and that one we could hit. So there are good, that one too. Okay, there's a lot of good steals later on, I guess. So maybe I don't have to hit it in that regard, but I still think I have to hit it in the regard that I can't get through ring 2 without hitting the steel a lot of the time. And if I do go there, I'm kind of leaning toward making a morsel over Mind Collapse. You know, I'll probably hit that magic ring. I'll hit this magic for sure. This would be the only other one. And I don't even know if I would hit it, but maybe I do when I got the perils and if I can get like more stuff for it. But you know, it's like I got the Witch Weave and stuff for backline clear. It more or less does what I need it to do. You know, assuming I put a +10 on it, just the same as I would Mind Collapse. Actually, I think we take the Moiking of a Morsel here. Okay. We could do the Star Strike or the Good Littering Draft. Phase Blessing I'm not feeling without Conduit locked in. Thing is, if I take Draft, now I got something to give Superfood. It's not great, but it does do a... You know, if I can get it early, you know, might open up an intrinsic. Could push me more toward wanting to hit this Merchant of Magic, because it's like, without it, I don't have any double stack, I don't have any consumer move targets. I mean, I guess I could double stack Apparels. It would be bad, but I suppose if it was holdover and double stack, it might be, like, kind of worth... It's worse than Spell Chain, obviously, but it does the same rage, you just don't get the Ember. That might not be a problem. But double stack here would be pretty good too, right? 8 Conduit. I think we just take this. And then I can actually get these Celestial Storms to do something. Endless, quick, and stats. Alloyed Construct. I don't know. Quick definitely is better for Construct than it is Collector. I'm just really worried about the fuel, even with adding this Making of a Morsel. And I don't know, into Fleshweaver, the Collector would perform better, I think. You know, I'm just healing back every turn. But I also can't... I mean, if I can't gorge much here, I can't gorge much here. But that's less of a problem with the Collector. And, you know, I can just stay alive for as long as I'm at least gorging once. And, you know, it's alright. I'm definitely not as high on Alloyed Construct as I think most are. It is nice that it starts with 2 fuel these days, but still might not be enough. It's like, there could be some fights where I just literally never hit a plink, and then I only have the Making of a Morsel, so it's like, you know, I got the initial 2 fuel and the 3 fuel from that, but that just breaks even, so it's like, if I'm setting up top, that could be quite the issue into a boss, if I can only hit him like once or twice. Whereas the Crucible Collector won't have that problem. So really the only advantage for Alloy is wave clear, I would say. And I guess the fact that, I mean, the thing is, quick on this, it's like, it's a usable upgrade, but I'm basically spending all that money just to make it simulate some of the value that I get from Crucible Collector, which is to keep my health alive. But, you know, it's still, the funny thing is, even with that, it's not as good as Crucible Collector, because, like, the flying bosses hit me, corruption and stuff hits me, and Crucible Collector doesn't have that problem. I think we just take the Crucible Collector and roll. Because quick and endless is obviously not very good for it. Mainly, I mean, honestly, nothing's really all that good for Collector other than Titanite. Multi-Strike is acceptable, but I think Multi-Strike here would be acceptable because we can't really stack Lifesteal on Crucible Collector with this deck. So Multi-Strike is obviously preventing the stacking of Lifesteal, but that's fine. You know, we're just healing every turn. It's essentially quick. Of course, then it's like, well, then I'm just making this unit, and that's assuming I can even reroll into a Multi-Strike. So, I guess the advantage is there's no fuel. There's no fuel for Crucible Collector. This is kind of tough. I guess I'll take Construct. I don't know. And it benefits more from the Rage. Could also just do quick on the Acolyte, but that's less good. You know, I need to have some sort of moon phase control to really make that worth. Which is not out of the question, but if I'm not hitting Luna banners, then I can't get the Lunar Priestess, which is one of the easiest ways to set that up. So I basically have to hit like a moon phase unit at this draft, and if I don't hit that, then I'm kind of SOL for the most part. There are other options, potentially, but, you know, I don't know. It's a tough choice. I feel like this choice is very important, because we're not going to hit the next banner. I'm pretty committed to just hitting the Merchant of Arms. I feel like with all the high rolls, Crucible Collector's better. It's like if I can just get a Void Armament, if I can just get, like, anything really, it's just better. I'm gonna do the Collector. I don't know, it just seems like there's more there for it. We'll roll this. Okay, I mean, if I had the both, I would totally get that. I forgot about Dualism. Like, Dualism is definitely interesting, but I think Dualism right now is not necessarily outperforming Titanite, and I don't know though. I could go Dualism and Conduit. Then I just start with 10 Conduit. This, then the Witch Weaves, Planks, all of those actually do a bunch of damage. I know he said that there was a lot of good steals later on, though, but pretty big fan. I honestly am a pretty big fan of that. Like, as long as I'm not getting one shot, like being able to stack some lifesteal is pretty god tier. I think we'll do it. Didn't even really consider Dualism, but yeah. I think I'm okay with this. We could also Shieldstone the Sweeper, but because we could still end up using Sweeper, right? But that does mean we got less money for the Merchant of Arms, which is very important. So I think we'll just leave. We'll see if we're getting Moonface first before we pour any resources into the Selene Acolyte. Alright, I feel good about this. We can go top. That guy does get damage shield, but there's really no reason to not set up top. Go here. Alright, we got this. For this fight, I don't think we'll be doing any Perils shenanigans. Alright, we'll get some extra conduit, get at least some value out of that dude there. This guy gets to live. Do the damage there. goodness, 8 lifesteal already. Beautiful. Let's keep you alive. I'll leave space for morsels up there, I guess. Put this back here, it's probably fine. Got him. 69 health is the breakpoint there, nice. I almost don't mind another making of a morsel, though now I kind of wish I had the Mind Collapse, because it would be nice. It'd probably be better to have one Mind Collapse and one making a morsel, but it's okay. The making a... I mean, it also might just not be that necessary, but, you know, if we get like a Shroud Spike or a Shroud Mitosis, we'll be glad to have that. And, yeah, the others just aren't working for me. Alright, Phase Blessing totally works now, though I could see taking Moonbeam and stuff, but we didn't hit Prismal whatever. I could also argue the fact that I have all this lifesteal, this is maybe not that good, and I should be getting removal instead, because I don't, you know, I may not end up with Trample or Multi-Strike. It's honestly, in this combo, it's unlikely that I won't, especially hitting the Merchant of Arms, but it's possible, right? And if that happens, our option needs to be stacking some Conduit and clearing out the floor for most of our damage. And like right now we don't clear the floor out too well, but with like Moonbeam we could. Like with enough Conduit we could do some work there. So probably take the Moonbeam actually over the Phase Blessing. The only fight the Phase Blessing will be good in would be the Corruption fight, but I can heal with Witch Weaves, I think, and I should, at least my Primordium won't die before it's eaten, so I think we're fine there. I think we do take the Moonbeam actually. Alright, definitely we go to the right. Okay, Glutton's Maw, I mean that's a bit weird I suppose, right, but the weapons cache. Alright, if it's... I mean, my thought is I would put it on Primordium, I guess. The only thing that sucks is if I don't hit a plank or I don't hit these making of morsels, then it's somewhat wasted because it doesn't have any actual stats. Whereas if I put it on the Collector, I'll always at least get the value out of it, but the value is so much more exponential if I can get it on a Primordium. Plus I get intrinsic, like making a morsel. That'd probably be better than intrinsic lighting draft. I don't know. Sometimes it might not actually. We can definitely buy both of these. Deploy the weapons cache. Then it's the same thing as making that deployable essentially, but then it gives us more flexibility with future armories and arms and drafts and whatnot. Zone of Silence. I've moved away from taking Zone of Silence in Ring 3. It's just not usable into any of the Ring 3 bosses or fights. Like, it's just such a downside. I mean, I suppose this specific fight actually would be okay, because it would prevent the corruption, I guess. Something to think about. But yeah, if it's Graft Event, I don't want to graft Glutton's Maw onto Crucible Collector, so I think I'll just do this, and honestly I would maybe even just do the random grafted unit, because there's multi-strike and trample in the pool, and a lot of time you're getting that. You can just put that on Primordium. Well, it's kind of like a graft event, except 50,000 times worse. It just sucks, because it's like, it'd be maybe better if at least the equipment that it did, you know, was just consistent, like, if you, which I guess would make it too similar to the random graph event, but if it's just like some of these fights, if I can't put it on my carry, you know, I just can't do that. I mean, I guess I could put on another unit, but it's like just putting on another unit just to do it sucks, because then you're adding 2 trash to your deck. Granted, I suppose a Primordium could feed a follower, but they're not deployable, so it's like you can't really build around that outside specific scenarios. So you're speculating on it at that point. But certainly a triple striking unit could be good. It's just still, it starts with crap stats still though, so it's like you still have to come up from there. I just don't think this event is ever worth taking most of the time, and I don't see any reason to take it here. Alright, so boom, boom. I guess we just spend the rest on deployable here. I don't think there's any reason to buy that. You see how much money that took though? No reroll or anything. It's like just 2 things, and a deployable was like 200 bucks. That's why we have to save money somewhat going into that. So we should be able to survive up top, I think, with all the lifesteal. And I mean, the only weakness here, I guess, is like 35 health is not great because, yeah, like Seraph. Well, for now it should be fine, but that's something to think about. So what do we do? Do we roll the dice here? I got 22 cards to get through. 5 a turn, I draw. If I don't get the making of a morsel really early, or the plank, but plank's hard to hit in this fight, I think. I think the safe route is just to put it here for this fight, even though there's more high roll potential the other way. Yeah, it would have been fine, but it is what it is. I'm gonna wait on eating the Primordium. Just eat that for now. We try for this plank. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty hard to hit. Could also do it here if I want to limit his attack. I don't really care about his attack though when I got all this lifesteal. I thought maybe the conduit would work there. I guess not. That card sucks ass, doesn't it? I hardly ever take this card, and that's an exact reason why. It's like every other X-cost attack card in the game would have hit him there. It's literally the only one that doesn't. But I guess on the bright side, plus damage affects it better then, because it's every X it's actually happening, but, you know, I don't know. Alright, let's do this. We'll get a bunch of conduit. I think Plink here is better than trying to kill that. Could get the energy next turn, but I do want to eat this. I guess I could have eat that there, though. There's not really any reason not to. I should have actually eat the Primordium there. So I think we hit him here. Then we can have that kill that. Doesn't mean I might take some higher damage here though. I didn't think that went out too good. Okay, that was pretty fortunate. I mean, I might as well kill this. There is some downside though, because it creates another Fleshweaver here, but we roll the dice there. It's fine. Yeah, I will do this so I can hit him. Doesn't really matter where I put these, I suppose. Do this so Fleshweaver comes back mid, I think. leave the space up there for more souls. I'll just do this. Yeah, 19 should be fine. Come on. You gave him no choice there. Could technically kill here, but yeah, just do it there. 24/2 won't kill that. So we're not redrawing, so we'll just put the damage in there. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Alloy would be probably better, given that the way these fights have gone. But I feel like the fights have gone pretty fortunate with the ability to. So let's see how much damage this does. Quite a lot, actually. That did half his health. Not bad. Alright. Ooh, Umbra Stone. Oh, Forever Consumed. Forever Consumed is kind of like the other end of Moonbeam. I think Forever Consumed is generally better, but on a turn like we just saw there, Moonbeam is better. So that's tough to say. I could see reasons for all these. These three are great. Umbra Stone is the initial one that pops out, but right now we don't have big reasons to think we're actually going to be able to hyperscale, to be honest. Like, you know, even if I can get a Glutton Maw on the Primordium, it's not like it's like hyperscaling. It's just pretty good stats, but is it enough for Umbra Stone to actually outdo, like, Wave Clear? Because we're good on boss, right? There's no way we're losing to bosses with the amount of lifesteal we're going to get. And even to some degree, I could argue that Mitosis is win more there. It's like, on the turn, if I am putting Glutton Maw on Collector, which I think I am most of the time, I think it also depends if I get a Stalwart stack. If I can get a Stalwart stack of Primordium, I guess Glutton Maw and Primordium starts to make more sense, but yeah, I do have to wonder if the Mitosis is just win more. Long story short, another nice thing about the Forever Consumed is I can play it for 0. So like if I get both it and Moonbeam, it's not completely wasted. You know, I can play Moonbeam for the whole of it usually if I need to. Otherwise, I can just do the Forever Consumed. But I'm leaning toward Forever Consumed here. Plus, it doesn't have the Calcified Ember. It does seem kind of wild not to take the Trample Stone here, but I don't know, the draft. Sometimes that draft won't be able to get on the Primordium, but I figure we're going to hit both these Merchant of Magics. Both these Merchant Magics, and it's a pretty good chance to get Intrinsic. And right now, the Intrinsic would definitely go on the draft, especially if I'm going to, you know, take that card, which I'm pretty sure I am. I mean, another thing is I'm thinking like along the lines right now of draw or Ember upgrade, and I want to take an Ember upgrade honestly because you know, Ember, the deck I have right now, it really benefits about just much more from Ember, because the only downside is if I do hit holdover on Perils, but if I do hit holdover on Perils, so be it. It's still good, and sure, I'll have less draw, but the thing is, right now I have 2 extra cards I can already play out, plus I might be getting another Ember mana unit here, so it's like, basically if I take an Ember upgrade, in terms of digging through the deck, first draw through, it's equivalent to 3 draw upgrades, instead of just 1, you know what I mean? Because I'm getting those cards out of the draw pile if I play them, so yeah, I think we just take the Ember, because the Ember upgrade is it's going to work better with this, even if it's just 1 extra. That's 80 extra damage a turn, if you think about it. when I draw this, and it's you know, however much extra with Moonbeam as well, but and these Celestial Storms become easier to play too. I can't really get cost reductions to all of these things, so yeah, I think this is the best. Ooh, there's Nightingale, but I'm very tempted just to take the Morsel Maker here. I mean, that solves my Glutton Maw issue. That's the exact thing we were talking about. So we can do that. There still is some awkwardness there because it doesn't pop out the morsels turn 1, but I guess I could just eat the Morsel Maker if need be. Basically, that just could be the option, I guess. But yeah, we'll definitely take that. And Ember is so automatic now because we just add a 2 Ember unit plus, you know, everything else we talked about. But yeah, we're definitely going to this side. We got the gold, so we can actually re-roll. Armory might still be good because we did take our deployable weapons cache. And honestly, if we get another Glutton Maw, that'd be great. I may even dupe it if we don't get good spell upgrades here. But yeah, spell upgrades is like Amber reductions are really good on either the Consume, Moonbeam, or Celestial Storm. Intrinsic's really good on Draft. Holdover is really good on the Perils. Spell Chain, if I have Holdover, is good on it. Double Stack is acceptable on the Glittering Draft. There's just, yeah, there's good stuff. Even some plus 10 on either the Storm or like a Witch Weave would be good. Especially into Entropy, getting a 10. So yeah, let's just do that. Double Stack and remove Consume. It's not really what I want to see because it's like I could just do this, right? I can double stack this, I can remove Consume it, but it's like, is that even that good? Like, I don't really think redrawing it really matters, especially if I'm going to double stack it. I'd rather double stack it and re-roll, just hope for Intrinsic or Holdover, like Holdover Perils or Intrinsic Glittering Draft. It's quite a lot better, and you know, out of 5 upgrades, we're rolling 2 of them. There's a decent chance to find either of those. If it's not them, it's going to be either Holy Stone, which sucks. Early on, Holy Stone sucks. Later on in the game, it's less. It can be actually decent, but and then what else? Holdover, and those would be the 3 that we wait. No. Because we want Holdover and Intrinsic. Which one am I missing? This should be 7 total upgrades. 5. And we know we want Holdover and Intrinsic, so those are 2 good ones. Permafrost and Holy Stone are not so good. And then Holdover again. Holdover's good. So 3 of the 5 is actually... Wait, I feel like I'm saying Holdover twice, right? I am, right? I'm going crazy here. What is the fucking upgrade that I'm missing here? Okay, 1, double stack. 2, consume remove. 3, holdover. 4, intrinsic. 5, permafrost. 6, holy stone. What is the 7th one that I'm forgetting? Spell chain. Alright. Right, so spell chain is not that good. I don't really see any good spell chains. So 2 of the 5 are good. 3 of them are not so good, but I think a permafrost on either consumed or moonbeam is acceptable. I think it's better than a consumer move on the draft. Let's put it that way. So if I take this and re-roll, I should be able to afford a big upgrade. What if I also do this though? Because I kind of do also want to do this. So that's 130. So 75 to re-roll. We're at 200. Yeah, if I do both them, I can't actually afford the big upgrade most likely, because 200 minus 130 is like 70, right? Yeah. Nothing's that cheap. 80, I think 85 is as cheap as you can get it. So the other question is double stack even that good? You know, let's think of, we know consume's not that good to remove on draft. It's like, it's just a little too slow, and double stack, it's okay, but if I'm not comboing it with intrinsic, it's not actually that impactful a lot of the time, because if I don't get it on Primordium time, you know what? Let's do this. Let's check what both of these are. Let's check this first. See if we're getting a stalwart snack. Okay, we are getting a stalwart. We absolutely do that. So that makes the double stack easier to take, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, if I get double stack on that and I don't get intrinsic, then I'm not actually getting much out of it. I'm just getting 4 extra conduit out of it, which might as well just be a spell chain, even though spell chain's worse technically because it costs more ember. But yeah, like I need significant conduit to actually make it that thing worth it. And now that I have 5 turns to kind of get some double stacking on the Galarian Draft, both in the terms of the Abyssal Prism, but also in the terms of just, you know, getting a few gorges out of it, so I can actually, I think I can do the double stack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. We just take the BT Blade here, I guess. I don't know, though, because it's not that... I mean, there's no downside to it, because... Yeah, I got 3 units. That'd be a second equipment. I even have room for another more. I can also eventually merge the BT Blade with the Glutton Maw. So, we'll do that. Alright, yeah, I think we do this. Then the question is, do I just reroll here? There's some world where I think there's 110 it could roll. I could technically miss it, even with re-rolling right now. If I take the Ember, then I don't think I should reroll. Oh, there's also a +10, which is like pretty useful here. This is moving me toward maybe just wanting to take this and not roll. Because even right now, the Holdover Perils doesn't do much, even with the Stalwart snack. So it's like, say I hit Holdover, it's not even that impactful. Say I hit, what was the other one I really wanted? Intrinsic. Intrinsic would be the most impactful. Like, that would be the main thing that I want. But I can just have a Witch Weave able to kill silencers and other stuff. And I could just have Celestial Storm be cheaper. Celestial Storm with a Permafrost, though, is sounding pretty good. Maybe Permafrost is pretty good, right? I think we just roll this. As good as these are. Oh, fuck me. It's literally... I shouldn't have said anything. Oh my god. And I could have just... this is why I shouldn't have done the armory. That was a stupid mistake. I would have rather had Intrinsic here than a BT Blade. That's such a big mistake. I mean, I only am punished like 1 out of 6 times or something there, but... I don't know. I would have definitely skipped that to take this. It's exactly what I wanted. It's like the best upgrade I could have got. And then Twin Stone's like the worst one I could have got. And I guess I could Twin Stone this. That would be the big time play to make. But then if I'm going to hit it, I'm definitely hitting another Merchant of Magic. I don't know. It's not good. Suppose I'll just Surge Stone a Plink. That sucked. Well, that's how misplays happen. I'll never be immune to them fully. I'm too sloppy sometimes. Reanimate 1 should be fine. This is a very annoying fight, though. Both the boss and this combo really push you to want to like go bottom floor. Which I suppose I can do. Man. Because I won't be able to draw anything in this fight if I'm not clearing these things out. I mean, I guess I could set up like mid. We had the Acolyte help here and there. Reanimate could complicate things too. I mean, I don't have full pyre health. I think we can take it though. I think I just eat the morsel maker immediately and go mid with these guys. And we'll go BT because we want to stack the BT blade there anyway. So yeah, we'll just eat this guy. I should have put him at the top, I don't know. Sucks because, like, yeah, I have to do this to even make this turn, like, be that good at all. But we'll start scaling here at least. I think I should definitely just let these hit me. That's good. Do this. I should do this damage. Fortunately, it's not full moon here. $61. Yeah, it doesn't help me to hit it one more time, but at the same time, what? I feel like I should do this because I can. If a collector comes up top, whatever. I'd rather kill. I need to stop these things more so. Unfortunately, we didn't have anything to eat there. This is the problem. And of course, he does come up there. So of course, we could just plink this. Whew. This is a fucking problem. Well, do that. Keeping them alive would be nice. It's okay. Might actually be the best scenario here. This is where Abyssal Prism's tough, because like I did want to just play it there, you know, and I can't break it with a Witch Weave or anything. It's like I can't break the Abyssal, so like I have to eat that. But we could do it here if I want these guys to just die, which I think is, I guess, what I do want. So let's do that. Don't want to sap too much here. I mean, I could do this, but I'm getting a stack here at least, and I don't know, I can stop. I have 75 attack anyway. Could also just kill that. This might actually be the best play. Makes the best use of it. I think we just do this. We're in a rough spot here anyway. This Reanimate trial is much harder than I thought it was going to be. So they're all dying. No, they're not all dying. Here, let's... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should eat this one then. 75. I could stop one attack here. I think that's good. 14 goes down to 70. Yeah, it goes under 75, so it's saves me some health. I think this is okay. See, this is what even with the X. I'm glad we, man. Well, okay. I'm disappointed that we even did the double stack here because this is like exactly what I was talking about. I thought with a stalwart snack, I didn't really do the exact math, but it's like I guess we can just fully bottom deck this thing, and even with the stalwart snack, it makes this useless. This upgrade's just utterly useless right now. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. That guy will come down here. Is there any reason? We actually just want to... No, let's go here. This could be a problem. I do have 12 lifesteal. I think we're fine. But there's a lot of shit to go through, I guess is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw a full thing here. Alright, we're killing him. I'm happy. And this is definitely one where I think if we had Alloyed Construct, probably would be rough. Even with Quick, it's like I could go in with a similar amount of health here. I guess I'd be fine, though. I guess I'd be fine. I don't know. I would have leaked less, so... hard to say. It's gonna be a long fight. Now we're down to the boss. 14 damage taken, you know, I'm okay with that. Oh, Furnace Tap, that just made thing. Well, is it even that good? I feel like if I don't get my 50, you know, I got a 4 out of 7 chance to get holdover at this upcoming magic, but if I don't get it there, this Furnace Tap's kind of hard to play. And I suppose I could, but it's man, yeah, I don't know. The other options, I could just take an Ember Forge. It's not that good. It'd be good if I like had a ton of pip to spare or had another passively survivable floor, which I just don't. I have a single floor setup at the moment. I probably always will. Furnace Tap just reinforces that. Here's the problem, is like, I don't know that we... It would help us stacking the BT Blade, if anything. There is a certain point where I can use it, but I think it's worth. Ooh, okay. Definitely not Lunacy. It's like much less conduit. That would be a way to control your Moonface if you needed it for the Selene Acolyte, which maybe we could consider. I mean, I'm not quick though, so... But we're likely to find it with 3 Merchant of Steels. Honestly though, with seeing that Silver Ink, I'm just like, yeah, that's like better than Furnace Tap in a lot of ways. If I can get the Conduit stacked. If I don't get the Conduit stacked, then it's not. But I could just add this to have another option at getting the Conduit stacked. But Silver Ink is like... all these Plinks, all these Witchweaves become incredible cards. And the Moonbeam. Forever Consume doesn't get as much benefit from it, but still. Celestial Storm gets some benefit because then I don't have to be in full moon. I think the Silver Ink is the way to go here. Now I got a real good consume remove target for sure. You got that. Okay, Intrinsic. Definitely, I mean, the other option, if I really wanted to be spicy, would be to do the Furnace Tap. I just don't really think that's the way to go. I'm pretty sure just this is the best here. I can get the Conduit maximum stacking. Definitely that's the call. Probably should... 280. I'm not going to make the Armory mistake again. I don't think it's going to inform any of my decisions here. I think we do consume remove this and we'll re-roll and just make it a minus... make it a 1 cost, and that could be a potential dupe target. If I re-roll here and I don't... Holder of Perils would be pretty good though, like with a Furnace Tap, but it could be problematic sometimes too. Yeah, but if I re-roll right now, I can afford everything. If I do take the 35, I guess I can still afford most. I mean, 105 and 110, they can happen, but then I can just... I can do the Armory, but then again, I probably want the -2. I mean, holdover's the main thing, and it's not even that good. I couldn't even buy a spell chain if it was like holdover and spell chain. I think we will just take this, and we most likely just won't take whatever the other big upgrade is, and we just want the -2. But like, I do want to get some of these cheaper. Trying to think, maybe the making a morsel. I'd rather 0 cost things than make the 3 costs cheaper, because if I do end up having a furnace tap, it still is something that might have to happen. It does hurt my dualism quite a lot, right? But we don't care, I think, at that point, because we're just gonna have so much multi-strike that everything's gonna die. But you know, if I do have to go into Ember Drain, I'd rather like 0, make some of these things work at 0. I mean, the other option is to like do Forever Consume minus or Moonbeam minus. I mean, Moonbeam is less impactful on paper, but it at least allows me to play it for 0 and actually get damage. Whereas I can already play Forever Consumed at 0 and get damage with Conduit. But then again, making a morsel might just be nice. I don't know, it's really not that necessary for me to play it once I've already furnace tapped, right? It's not that necessary. So maybe it is just Moonbeam, I don't know. Being able to play it through. It's just, we already have all these Witch Weaves and stuff. Like, do I really need to do that to Moonbeam? I mean, honestly, because I'm actually looking through these and the -1 isn't that useful, maybe. I mean, it would be, I guess, pretty good on Forever Consume, but even there, I'm like, I think we just roll here and actually just only take the -2, and then we open ourselves up to potentially a big upgrade. Like, Permafrost would be pretty good, so let's see. It is holdover, but if I take it, it's at the expense of the Smolder Stone. Man, again with the 110, that's just really fucking unfortunate. Like, if it was any other cost, like, I can skip the Armory here, and then I can still take Smolder Stone, right? But I'm still 10 short because of these stupid costs. Well, is it more useful? You know, let's not even think about gold, but is it more useful to have this attuned card be a 1 cost? Or is it more useful to get a holdover Perils? Because if I get the holdover Perils, 3 Ember a turn is worse for the spell situation, but it does allow me to very liberally play the Furnace Tap. It does hurt my overall draw. I can still play Silver Ink somewhat fine. But it also makes my dupe, which I already have a dupe right here to use, does make the dupe a little worse. I don't know. I kind of just want to get the Silver Ink. I don't actually. Yeah, I think this is better. And I can do the +10 if I want now as well. Could do an engine upgrade, but this would definitely be a deck for an engine upgrade, because we don't care about the other 2 floors much, and if I'm not doing holdover Perils, which I'm obviously committed to not doing that now, then I don't know, maybe I'm making a mistake, but I feel like this is actually just more consistent. And because there's these immediate dupes, yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and we're gonna dupe this. I will put a +10 on one of these. That's plenty fine. We can remove a card here, I guess. We won't really need much money coming up, so get rid of, I guess, this. All these spells are going to be pretty good. I don't want to remove any of my starter spells, and the other option I was like, well, maybe a Celestial Storm, but even that, not really. Really, it's just the spear stewards are the main thing. Probably one shield steward, maybe. Well, so Mark of Invasion should be fine here, and I can go top against this guy. We want to with the BT Blade. I know I'll have some corruption, which is something we'll have to keep an eye on. But if we don't do Furnace Tap, which we don't have to, then I'll be single striking. I can actually stack my lifesteal. I think we can be fine here. Forgot. I probably could have stacked this better last fight too. I wasn't really paying that much attention to making sure that Collector got as many kills as possible. And this is a fight where I think we can just not do the Glutton Maw early. I don't know. It still might make sense just to eat the Morsel Maker most of the time. So we're probably not taking another Ember upgrade. We probably want to draw upgrade. So I could remove both of these units, I guess, since this costs that much. It is definitely an option if I'm looking for removals. Do this one first. Might be nice just to keep this here as Conduit as well, if I don't want to eat it right now. I mean, honestly, I don't need the stats, really. Yeah, I get more Conduit this way, and I have a guaranteed Maw. I might end up with more stats anyway, right? Alright, they're dead. Do want that extra energy next turn. Probably want to blast this with that. So let's kill... The other option is I just... take like 2 of them out, I guess. Then I get... Honestly, that seems better. I don't want that much corruption up here just in case. Right? We may actually just want to do this here. I mean... Once this guy is gone, and if I'm keeping Morsel Maker, I still don't have any space here, right? But I may just need space down here to play out morsels. I guess it's kind of ridiculous, so we'll just do this. Yeah, we can do this now. Get some... Granted, it does, I guess, limit his lifesteal a little bit, but I don't think we care too much there. So this first tank is the only one we need the most help with. I'm okay killing this. The only thing that sucks is if I do that, then I don't stack the BT Blade, but... And if I do it here, I don't end up stacking it either. 49, but I'm not gonna... I don't think I'm gonna stack it anyway here. So... just kill that. And we can do that. We want them to die, I suppose. Yeah. So we'll be fine here. This is the floor I think we really need to focus on. I guess we can do this. There's not much else to do here. We only need to kill one of these, so one blink is fine. Definitely want that. Just throw that away. Man, the luck is just so bad here. It's like I only draw 2 fucking spells with these, and then they draw them together. It's A cruel and sick and disgusting joke, let me tell you. But what else is he gonna do, right? Definitely want to hit this group because we're killing this just fine. Unless I want to... Tool. That's fucking powerful, dude. I mean, I'm not getting the stack here as it is anyway. Man, it was too powerful, I guess. You can see, though, why I said, like, this is why I made that dupe. But, you know, even just this, it's pretty good. Permafrost would still be pretty good. Is there a magic I could still hit? Like, I could hit this one. Like, this steel isn't that necessary, especially when I'm, like... I'm kind of hurting for removals anyway, and I'm getting a removal there most likely anyway. We already know the 2 cards left to remove. Like, I don't really need to remove any other card in this deck. Perils, I guess I could remove. It's not that good anymore if I'm kind of committed away from it, but it's still, like, usable. But yeah, long story short, probably just want to spread this damage out a little bit. It does suck how I'm just like not getting any stacks at all this fight with the BT Blade. I don't think we got a single. We got like 3 stacks maybe. I guess that's fine. 2 of 4 we stack there. Now, I'm trying to think. I don't think Furnace Tap helps me at this point unless I need it to kill the second Fallen Executioner. Which I don't think we do. Oops, forgot to do my eat there. Slight mistake, but I don't think it will really matter. So yeah, we don't even have attuned here on anything, but simply this will do the trick, right? Is there anything else I should do? I don't think so. I want this guy to have every stack possible, so just do that. Just not really anything else to do here. Yeah, I could keep that alive, but I don't think that's actually my interest. Again, I don't really get what... I just don't think First Tap's going to help me. The lifesteal's where it's at. But we do... And we're not even redrawing here, so there's actually just not really any cards to play. Alright, we're killing here. So unless I have a way to kill this Morsel Maker, there's really nothing else to do here, and we don't have anything that can do that, so just let it be. The reason I'd want to kill the Morsel Maker is to get myself more BT Blade stacks. Eventually, when I merge this thing together, I mean, I could also argue a third removal. I could remove both Train Stewards if I do plan on merging this, which I would have to hit a Merchant of Arms, right? Which is not very likely. This Arms is very low quality, and this one's a little better quality, but I wouldn't really want to merge the BT Blade now anyway, I don't think. I mean, honestly, what I'll do is I'll just put the BT Blade... I don't know what I'll do yet. I mean, that merge could be pretty good. That final Merchant of Arms, and if I need Pyre Health, maybe I could justify it. Mitosis, I don't think really does a whole lot for us, unless I really need to stack more lifesteal, which from this point on out, I don't really see why I would. Another engine upgrade, I think, is overkill. I think we just skip here. I mean, I am guaranteed the Mitosis usually hits as long as I don't hit it turn 1. But is it even that impactful, I guess is what it comes down to. Like, it is pretty good with making a morsel. You know, in those situations, it's applying a pretty good amount of stats, but these are stats that are kind of irrelevant by the time I would get a Mitosis to be needed. There is also some shenanigans you can do. You can actually there's a player, Amphidus of, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he showed me a build that was like just using morsels. It was pretty wild. Like, and so basically you can stack a bunch of stats similar to like it's almost, the idea is similar to like a Superfruit Primordium, really, but it's like you just take one morsel and stack a bunch of buffs on it, like a bunch of rage, a bunch of damage, shield, whatever else, multi-strike. You know, with a Furnace Tap, we could totally do that, right? And then it just becomes this huge thing of stats and potentially multi-strikes. Usually attack stats. I guess there's ways you could get HP, but usually you're using damage, shield for the defense of these things. And once you got enough, you're satisfied with the amount of stats, then you mitosis it, and now you have like 4 of these things. If I had a holdover perils, I would consider it. It's actually like doable, but it's also just so much easier just to use the Superfruit Primordium, right? But if you weren't Primordium and you had this kind of thing put together, it's something you could do. It's just something to keep in mind. I'd love to showcase it sometime, but I don't think this is really the deck to do it. I think we just skip. I don't think there's any advantage to these. Aurora Weaver could be additional conduit, but I don't really think we need it. This is probably a skip as well, unless I think I need the Cover of Night, which I don't. Alright, so, I mean, we stacked that thing pretty good there. Like, I could be greedier and go for the later arms and merge it. Man, giving up a dupe just sucks, though. I really wish it was here. Ring 7 arms would have worked better. But it's like, if I am going to hit arms, this would be the time to do it. If I still want to, if I think I want to dupe. I guess it's just like, how much do I value dupe here? Like, I may not have a great dupe, is what I'm saying right now. It would probably be draft, as weird as that is, because I can't really get another Silver Ink. When you get 3, the likelihood of drawing them together is too high. 2 is fine. But, so it's like, if Glittering Draft is my best dupe right now, which I do think it is, then I don't know. Is that even that good? Because then I go to a steel that I don't really care about. And what else? Pyre Health. Pyre Health would be good. But I can just get Pyre Health here, if need be, and get that Vortex. I guess I'm giving up the magic, but that's okay. If I go to the right, there's also the Alcove. That's pretty enticing. I think we go to the right here, because steel is just useless for us, and we don't have a great dupe. So yeah, we're going to the right. Meat Shield. Echo Volt. It could help with the removal. It's just more junk in the deck, though, you know? When you're running Silver Ink, and you're not yet at a draw upgrade, we will have one eventually. I'm pretty committed to that. But it's like, it just seems win more. It's like, these type of cards, they're fun when they high roll, but like, they just open up bad draws a lot of the time too, and it's like, and you can plan around it better if you can justify deploying it, but right now that's tough. I think let's hit this cavern. This cavern might change things. Let's see. Yeah, very unlikely. I like the Umbra banner potentially. Get a space prism, maybe. It's hard to say what it'll be, though. Could be morsels, could be prismal dust. Prismal dust is probably unnecessary, but maybe. What would the other things? Melting Remnant, there's no way. Luna Coven would be another... it would be another Glittering Draft. I think it's only draft. But we don't need another one when we got this Intrinsic. I think it already does what it needs to do, and another random one in the deck just doesn't really help me. It's again coming back to the junk argument. So out of these, which are all just random junk, the Umbra random junk is maybe more useful, but I don't even know if any of them are really useful. I'm probably skipping no matter what I get here. Ah man, that's the one that I probably wouldn't skip, but I'm wondering why I need it. I'm like... Unless I'm specifically getting Intrinsic on it. And even then, that's not that good of a play. You know, what's the extra space doing for me? It's not really doing anything. I think we just skip this. Yeah. I mean, again, we just don't need it. Wow, we're actually going to get the whole thing here and just skip them all. That event's usually kind of weak anyway. It's just how it is. So I do think I want to hopefully get some better dupe targets and target this Merchant of Steel here instead of this arm. So I think we can just do the... Wow. Man, if I do the BT Blade now... I can also just commit to... not doing the dupe here, I guess. I mean, it's like 95% of the time you'll always hit a node this strong, unless you took a ton of pyro damage and then you're forced to go left, right? But to actually plan to go left here is kind of insane, I feel. But I don't know, we don't have any Merchant of Steel upgrades that are good for us. The Vortex, if I don't get, I mean, I got a lot of money right now, and like, I can just make my removals with money most likely if I don't hit artifacts that I want. And if that's the case, this Vortex isn't that useful either, and like we said, I don't currently have a dupe that's good. 2 drafts from now, I may still not have a good dupe. I would have to hit the Merchant of Magic to like formulate a good dupe anyway, right? So, if I do that, I mean, I don't know. It is so tough to say. And I could also argue in a lot of these fights the Primordium is stacking the BT Blade well enough. Yeah, I think we don't need to be much more greedy here. I think we just deploy it. We just merge them now. So we merge this together. And I don't know, Echo Vault is not a good enough room for me. I would re-roll here maybe. Enchanted Chamber is enticing, but is it really necessary? I don't feel like it is. I can also just take the Meat Shield right now to get that 15 extra health to survive the first hit from Seraph if I want to go top. Honestly, that's worth it. It's no downside to adding this. Crucible Collector has to wear something, so... And I could still stack it if I put it on Crucible Collector, but I think we'll still stack it on Primordium as well, so I think we keep putting it on the Primordium. I got another BT Blade. Don't think we'll take these. I mean, I could take the Stasis Crystal on the Morsel Maker. That kind of makes sense. And there's no downside to taking it right now. That is our 3rd equipment. So I think we could do it. It's fine. And we don't need to deploy any of them. We don't want... if we... You know what, though? We do want to deploy this. Yeah, let's do that. And... Oops. I guess that's it, right? Oh, should we make a removal? Definitely make a removal, I think. Don't need much money coming up. I could make 2, honestly. Like, I really don't need any money coming up. I'm probably just going to take my free removals, I don't know. Or I'll take the Pyrolith, I don't know. In either case, I don't have that many... I mean, if I go to the merchant magic, maybe I want money, but I don't think so. We're gonna get. There's money with it anyway, but I could probably want this Pyre Remains. I think we just take the. We know we want both these gone. We want this gone for sure. Let's get that out of there. Alright, that's good for now. But I don't got any money left anyway. So in this fight, it is rough to go top. It's even a little bit rough to go mid, but much less rough. I think we go mid. Now, one potentially big thing here is, since I don't, like, I could just do this, but yeah, I think this is still better. Probably do this. Still need to get rid of that last steward. I can't even actually eat it when I do this. The option's just not there, but that's okay. I think we want to keep it around. Oh, and this doesn't work either. Damn. Well, oh, it does work. That is not... That's not exactly how I thought it would work, but okay. I thought it wouldn't work on it since you can't target it, but I guess I could see how that kind of works. It's weird that I can't do this, I guess, is what I'm saying, but if I can't do that. But I guess some lines of logic do arrive there. I guess we just put this damage into... Well, let's do this. This thing will be much easier to kill with damage shield. I only need, what, 80 times 3? I only need 3 Ember there, so we can do this. Oh, that's fucking right. You know, this is where we get the Witch Weave. We'll be fine. And this guy still pops his morsels out, which is nice. Nice. This is another one where Bristle Prism fucks me over. It's like, I just want to put it on the morsel. I don't think this Bristle Prism has actually been positive for me. This guy, unfortunately, is taking the kill here. What are you gonna do? Yeah, this is where shit ain't so hot. Well, we could do this now, for sure. That'll help a little bit. Maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I should have set up bottom, I don't know. This guy gets rage on Slay, so I don't even want to put the morsels up top, I don't think. Just put them down here. This guy's got a lot of damage shield. Well, definitely got to take the Pyre health, it looks like. These guys are going to do some... Dude, you gotta be shitting me. This is fucking insane. Both of these without a single other card. Well, hopefully I can get through this fight. Now I'm starting to get a little bit fucking worried. See, now I'm like... Furnace Tap probably just has to happen, I guess. It's the only way I get through at this point, and then I just don't play any more cards other than Witch Weave. Alright, we're killing all of them. We'll just take this damage. That's the best I can do. Take that out. Anybody need a heal or something? Just hit him, I guess. I'm definitely glad we had the furnace tab. They're all dying, so I guess we just don't play anything. Here, have that. Oh, you know what? The lifesteal now. It's fine, I got so many stats. See, if I had a Mind Collapse, I could at least make some of those turns work in a situation like this. Alright, well, he's dead. Alright, 30 damage taken sucks, but at least we're alive. Wretch is kind of risky. Heaven Falls can be good. I mean, we're definitely going to. We're going to the steel, right? We have to hit this merch. We have to hit this pyro means absolutely now. Which makes me less wanting Heavenfall because it costs 4, and it has a cost fight every. But Wretch, I think Duality would be what we would take. The Wretches just win more. It's like if we're coming back to that, it's like. But the Duality helps if I just keep getting fucked over on the Silver Inks. At least it's really good removal. Take that. But the draw should hopefully help eliminate those type of crap, bullcrap turns from happening, but there obviously could still happen. If the game wants to fuck you, it can just fuck you. This should help too, getting some more removals. This is why I was aggressively removing too, to try to prevent turns like that. 94 health's pretty good, and this kills Dominion relatively fast, and I think we'll be killing Savagery and Entropy pretty fast. I think I could still hit the dupes and not hit the next Pyre Health. That being said, if there's any... That means I'm getting a Vortex coming up. Making Morsel is probably the odd man out right now. I don't really know what it does for me anymore. There's no Shroud Spike. There's no... I didn't take Mitosis. I don't have any space on the floor. The only time I have space is if I immediately eat the Morsel Maker. And I don't think that's actually going to happen in really any fights from here on out. Certainly the damage shield here is fine. I almost want to re-roll for Conduit. It would be like pretty useful, but certainly just 20 bucks here is fine. This thing is just really survivable now. I don't think we're going to make any removals. So I'm pretty sure Buffet 8 is better here. There's no real, like... you know, we're just getting so many more stats from it. Do I really need Damage Shield? I don't see any reason I would. And, yeah, I guess we won't remove here. It's a lot of money. And we don't. With the upcoming Vortex, like... This invasion is a little tricky. God, it's fucking... Ay. All of this shit sucks. Rax. The thing is, he could just one-shot me even with pretty good stats, but I don't know, it's a stalwart Primordium, I'm probably fine to go top, but then I'm going to have so many Scourges, which will hurt my deck. But this is 400 gold. The problem is, if I take the Mark of Invasion, I definitely have to go up top, and even then I'm risking just losing Collector at the start if I draw horribly. You know? And letting them march to the Pyre is not worth 400 bucks. That's a ton of damage. Having these guys fill up my entire draw pile with these things that I can't even play eventually is not worth it as well. Dying to Rex is not worth it. I think I just take the trial and set up mid, is what I'm thinking. Wonder if I should be setting up bottom even. I mean, the problem is, like, I have to set up top because, and even then, they've got all that spell shield and shit, and, like, they're probably going to hit my Pyro anyway, so there's just no way I take this trial. It's too brutal with what we got going on. So, beyond that, do I just go bottom? Because I get a bunch of conduit right from the start, but then if I brick early here, it's pretty rough. I think we should go mid. Do I do this? Yes, I think it overall helped in the last fight. Now, we obviously have the option to just do this right away. I'd take so much Scourge damage if I do that. Let's do this. That was a beautiful flank. Just go like this. Might be able to get a stack here. We'll see. This is a guy we really need to keep an eye on. Oh, that flank though. Gotta do that. Let's do this. Just trying to think of a way I can get a stack here. This guy is not going to die. Pretty much no way I can do that. Just gonna pop him now, then I can do that, because I kind of want to do this. Yeah. You know, I'm willing to just settle for. Okay, we gotta get rid of at least one of these perils. I think they have been too much of a liability. 17. can just do that to kill that one. That is interesting. I guess I'll take it. Alright, do that. Might as well preserve my lifesteal if I'm not gonna get a, you know, a stack. So just do that. Unless I want to do that. That might be just better, actually. Alright, this is a tuned one. Let's see what it does. Decent. 36. A little confused how this one in the back isn't dying. It's 360. Oh, 126. He's only at 126. Okay. Well, we can get around that by doing that. Then we actually get a stack, so that's good. Here, though, there's not much to be had. What? Might as well kill that, though, huh? Just so I don't get the corruption. I'm still getting my stack here anyway. It's not attuned right now. I'd have to play this. And then if I do that and that, then I don't do that. But I think I can just do this. These are all of these are already attuned anyway, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, well, I can give them +3 anyway. And then this at least is attuned for the future. Am I overestimating how much this can do? Let's see. Actually, I think I'm just gonna have to take this hit. I don't know. Because this is not dying. But we get 500, we have exact lethal here. This kills, this kills, this kills. This thing still has a stack of reanimate left over. So it's very unlikely I can cleanly deal with all of this shit. So I think we just... If I could do that turn over again, I would have just done the Celestial Storm. It would have been much better, and I wouldn't have had to take this damage. Or I would have took the damage either way, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. Well, this is attuned. I think we learned our lesson here. But then the other question is, are we going to kill Rax? Yeah, we're going to kill Rax, so we can do this. Oh wow, still even with that, we're not getting a full clear. That's kind of wild. This guy doesn't get any... He just gets it all unresolved, right? So, we can do this. Alright, he's dead. Alright. Gem Trove. Not really that good with this deck. I think because of the Morsel Maker, we just don't need it. Ember Forge, not likely to be... Yeah, definitely not for the Calcified Ember. Maybe I could have took the spell there, though. Spell might have been alright, but it's probably not much better than Plink. So we did take a little bit more damage, but 89 still seems pretty good to me. What am I duping? Would it be weird to dupe Witchweave? Certainly that can't be the call, right? I could also argue, like, our conduit's been good, but it's, like, slightly short of being able to kill tanks, so, like, maybe another Glittering Draft is needed. I could just dupe that. Really no downside to that, since it's 0 cost and it consumes. If I do that and get my free removals, since I don't got the money anyway, I can actually buy some trinkets still. I think we go to the right. Multi. Get 1 ember every other turn with the orrery. Starter cards -1, pretty good here at the planks, honestly. Those planks are pretty good in the stack. Then I would just actually dupe a plank, I think. That would be wild. That would be wild. I don't think I would dupe a plank. That's insanity, right? We're taking that for sure, though. Refined Void if I want to start with Lifesteal. I could re-roll here, still afford most of the stuff that comes out. I honestly think I'd just take the Orrery. I can make use of that quite a lot. And, nothing else to really do here. Float that extra gold, I guess. Stable Vortex. We do want to get rid of 1 Perils for sure. Past that. I can get rid of 1 Celestial Storm, but it might be like, probably, maybe I'm making a morsel. Yeah, making a morsel. That's better. And then, I think we do the draft. It may not be the best. I'm thinking of times when I just keep bricking the Attune card. I just want flat damage to at least mitigate enough that I don't just die. That being said, we definitely go top of this fight. That gives us the best chance to do everything that we need to do. I could also just not do the Stasis Crystal, but that would be weird. Actually, yeah, I think we still want to do this. Just get a bunch of damage in here, I suppose. This down here. Could kill that. Does incant once. He's going to be coming back here, so it's like I may actually just want to heal myself with this Witchweave. There's not much reason not to. Could do this instead of Duality. Might as well. It breaks the spell shield. There's just not much else to do here. And that doesn't kill him. Yeah, we want to be careful with the incants. Don't want to get one shot. Can't take this damage. At least we got those. Fuck. Man, that is just a wild amount of damage. Well, we may be able to still do it with Morsel Maker. Kind of. We'll have a lot of conduit, at least. Not nearly as much as we would have had. Yeah, I did not factor in how much this spell shield was going to fuck me over. At least we can take care of this, hopefully somewhat cleanly. I don't want to take that damage. Just take that guy out. That should help a lot. Really want to play this here. Save 12 is probably better. Only one of these. See, this is why I like Duality, because none of these others are actually tuned here. If I do this, I'm taking a lot of damage, but I don't see any other better way out of this, so I know I can kill this guy with that if I just do. There's no incanter here, so yeah. So they're all dying. I can heal myself. This thing had 5 Titan skin anyway, but I was gonna say I did fuck that turn up potentially, but it wouldn't have actually died to my Witch Weave, so no harm, no foul. So I got a guy that can kill the boss, I think, with Morsel Maker. I just need to be sure that I'm wave clearing and I'll be fine. Takes care of an okay amount. Could be time to do this. They're all dying at least. They're all dying. We're gonna lose Primordium here. It's okay, I suppose. Well, 65 health. I think I can beat the final thing. Wow, this is a wild run of it. To some degree, I think it shows maybe the versatility of going the spell route instead of not. I don't think playing these off floor makes much sense. Get some Ember. Well, 9 Ember Drain probably didn't do anything, but that's okay. I think we're just beating him here. We've got 4 multi-strikes, 655 attack. Yeah. Alright, we made it out. I'm only losing 105. Let's do this so I can save myself 1 health. It's already attuned. Alright, just for the shits and giggles, I want to see this in action. Moonbeam's pretty good in that type of scenario. Granted, we didn't really need it, but yeah, it's fun. Alright, we pulled ourselves out of that one. I thought that one might have been over, but the great thing about Monster Train 2 is you never know what might work, and certainly that just sort of worked. I'd imagine this fight is easier. I think we still go top. There is that Scourge Shuffler. Not enough for me to risk. I think it's just too risky. I think it does suck. We're down to 65 health, but like I said, 130 attack. Dominion will die faster than any other pirate other than Savagery, so we just go forward with this. We could go in with the Furnace Tap, but then we're not able to play our cards up top, and I think that might be too devastating. So I can do damage to Entropy right now. I think we're better off just breaking the Spell Shield up here. And we're not going to do Furnace Tap. I can do it this damage here. Alright, Silver Ink is okay here. We just put in this damage while we can. Should be life-stealing this back. Entropy's halfway dead, that's good. Of course, if I don't draw my attuned cards on the right turn, that's an issue. I guess I could have maybe tried to do that a little better. So, should I just try to kill this probably? Probably should. There's not really any damage to it. We can pop off Morsel Maker here too. One, two. I just need to play this for like 3, right? are attuned this turn, so that's really good. We want health more than anything here. Break that spell shield. 35 health. We should be good for another cycle. Maybe we can get him 2 cycles. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any way I could prevent savagery damage. Don't see how I would. Don't really have anything in the deck for that. Some attack. Damn, just another shitty fucking turn, huh? Well, hopefully the next turn isn't shitty. We definitely can't afford that. Yeah, if I leak at all, we're dead. But I think we got another cycle in us at least. Okay, these are attuned. Could go with the Furnace Tap now. Got the stats for it. The only thing that sucks is... So Dominion will die. I mean, I can do this again here. Pretty sure we're gonna do this. I mean, I can still play out the Curse of Entropies. Can't play the Vengeful Shard. It will come down to the line here, so it's like... But as long as I'm killing this... So we're gonna take 10 down to 17. Take 9 from you. And as long as I can kill this guy and Entropy, this should be good. Alright. I didn't play my Plank, so it's a mistake, but I think it won't matter, hopefully. Alright, we also have this turn, so we can still play our shit, which is nice. Alright, he's dead up there. Put that damage in there. Even though this is like off floor, I think we do want to put that damage in there. $420, nice. Alright, we should win it here. Alright. Just make sure we play those. If I didn't play those, we would lose. Alright. That's an exciting one. Pulled out the W. Well, ours was miserable. I'd be... You'll have to let me know, Lyrakel. I would imagine yours was miserable for different reasons. Unless you actually did the same thing where you lost your unit in the Seraph fight. I mean, it's possible, right? That was the lowest score you can possibly get with winning against the Titans, I think. Well, we don't have Lyrakel's summary for this one, but... You know, feel free in the comments just to let us know how it went. Maybe what cards you had, if they were similar to ours or not. I will say this. I'm not like 100% confident that going the spell route was better than trying to invest in the Ember Drain route. Because certainly once we played Furnace Tap, things were pretty easy. And if I could just keep playing cards... with a holdover perils and stuff. The catch-22 here is like, if I draw a Furnace Tap out of order, like having a holdover card, I don't know. I guess I could have just not played perils if it was drawn out of order. But yeah, I could see just full Ember Drain here being maybe a little bit better than what I did, but it also wouldn't have maybe allowed you to survive the mistake that I made. because I don't think going the full Ember Drain route necessarily would have like prevented your dude from dying if you incant too much, right? Which I did. But yeah, that was a fun one. I still like it. I like the spreading around of the conduit and just sort of having a hybrid spell damage and unit scaling deck. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.